If you run into a Borg cube out in the final frontier, that might strike fear into you and your starship's crew. But what about something far worse? Yes, the Borg have another cube variant that is even worse than their normal Borg cube that we're oh so familiar with. This would be the Borg Tactical Cube. It was a heavily armed Borg cube utilised by the Borg Collective in the 24th century. In today's Star Trek Explained video, we break down the details of a Borg Tactical Cube and why facing one of these is a bad idea in the Star Trek universe. Welcome to Trek Central, I'm your host, Captain Jack. If you want to keep up to date on the latest Star Trek news, lore and more, then hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Trek Central. Click the links in the video description to follow us on the social media platform of your choice. Don't forget, you can also join our Discord server to chat about Star Trek with us. If you want more Trek, consider hitting that join button and supporting us directly to get some great perks. While you're watching, answer this question in the comments. Which starship design would you take into battle with the Borg Tactical Cube? Get commenting. Please let us know your thoughts on this ship in the comment section below, because if you're talking about Star Trek, we want to hear about it. Okay, engage. Red alert! Thanks to Star Trek Fleet Command for sponsoring this video. Ready to take command of your own starship? Then great news! This video is sponsored by Star Trek Fleet Command. Prepare to recruit legendary characters, crew iconic starships, and embark on missions across the Star Trek universe. You can use the link in our video description or scan our QR code to download the game for free on mobile or PC. Make it so. In Star Trek Fleet Command, you can build and customize a powerful fleet, recruit iconic characters, explore strange new worlds, and seek out new life and new civilizations. Take command of iconic ships like the USS Enterprise and engage in epic battles while dominating the galaxy or while immersing yourself in the Star Trek universe. It's time to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Star Trek Voyager in style. Special Voyager-themed events are taking place in Star Trek Fleet Command, and you can celebrate them by recruiting some of the most iconic officers while earning special rewards. For example, if you use code Voyager30, you can unlock Neelix for your crew. Prepare to go to warp speed today and use my link in the video description, or scan my QR code to start your Galaxy-class adventure in Star Trek Fleet Command today. Make it so. The official Borg Collective designation for what we refer to as the Tactical Cube was Class 4 Tactical Vessel. The primary notable difference between a standard cube and the tactical version was the heavily implemented hull armor that extensively covered large portions of the exterior hull. The Borg Tactical Cube had an internal volume of 28 cubic kilometers, with each side of its cube being more than 3 kilometers in length and width, with a crew, if you can even call them that, of 64,000 Borg drones, approximately. The interior of the vessel was also different from your typical Borg architecture. This was likely due to the several reinforced systems, such as the vessel's central plexus protected by a multi-regenerative security field. Overall, the Tactical Cube's interior design was similar to the traditional Borg cube that we're familiar with. It featured a generalized design with no specific command center, living quarters, or engineering sections. To increase firepower, the vessel was armed with hundreds of weapons emplacements, cutting beams, torpedo weapon systems, all which were designed to cause maximum damage ahead of assimilation. Speaking of assimilation, the vessel, like all Borg vessels, were fitted with a holding beam to restrict starship movement, as well as transfer drones aboard. The Tactical Cube was also capable of hacking into the USS Voyager's systems in order to lower the Federation's starship shields. The Tactical Cube also had both shields and its heavy armor for defenses. According to some sources, and other versions of the Borg Tactical Cube shown in video games and tie-in media, the Tactical Cube was fitted with photon torpedoes the size of starships, along with starship-sized autonomous weapon platforms. Given a standard Borg cube could deploy a hidden sphere vessel, it makes sense that this vessel could deploy some sort of weapon platform as well. Not only was the Borg Tactical Cube powerful, but it was also fast, being transwarp capable, allowing the vessel to create transwarp conduits to travel faster than the conventional warp scale. Exact information on the development and construction date of the Borg Tactical Cube is not clear. The Intrepid-class USS Voyager, which was stuck in the Delta Quadrant and attempted to make its way home, encountered a Borg Tactical Cube in 2377. Voyager eventually engaged the Tactical Cube. Captain Catherine Janeway, Lieutenant Commander Tuvok, and Lieutenant Torres beamed aboard to deploy a nanovirus into the cube's central plexus. This nanovirus, in turn, would be instantly disseminated throughout the Borg Collective. Ironically, while the Borg Cube's central plexus was designed as one of the Borg's greatest strengths, it was also an area of vulnerability, as we mentioned above. This connected with a plan to help members of Unimatrix Zero. The nanovirus was designed to separate members of Unimatrix Zero from the Borg Collective hive mind. Once the virus took hold, it would allow members of Unimatrix Zero to retain their individuality in the real world, and essentially kickstart a Borg resistance movement from within. As there was no way an away team could realistically reach the central plexus of a Borg Tactical Cube without being assimilated, or worse, killed, a plan was devised. The away team, which did consist of Janeway, Tuvok, and Torres, allowed themselves to be partially assimilated into the Borg Collective. But thanks to a doctor administering a neural suppressant beforehand, they regained their individuality and proceeded with the mission. To stop this, the Borg Queen eventually activated the self-destruct sequence for the vessel, known as Tactical Cube 138, forcing Voyager to beam the away team out before the cube's destruction and loss of the plan. The Queen's decision inadvertently saved the USS Voyager, which was taking heavy damage from engaging the Tactical Cube at this point. Canon-wise, this is the only known time that a Starfleet ship has engaged a Tactical Cube. Though given the designation of 138, we can easily presume that there are more of the Starship type out and about in the Delta Quadrant and beyond. Some theorize that it was perhaps due to the encounters with species 8472 that caused the Borg Collective to develop the Tactical Cube design. It was already shown that the weapons used by species 8472 made light work of a standard Borg Cube model. Therefore, a heavily armoured variant of the design would make a lot more sense. Though this has not been confirmed and is just a Star Trek theory. Extended canon shows that this Borg Starship class was much more widely used. During the Borg invasion of the Alpha Quadrant in 2381, many tactical vessels were used to subjugate planets as well as lay waste to the forces of the Alpha and Beta Quadrants. The Borg Tactical Cube is featured in Star Trek Online, where ship captains can engage in gameplay on multiple occasions. Much like we mentioned in this video, the Tactical Cube is a souped up version of a traditional Borg Cube and therefore harder to defeat. In the video game of Star Trek Armada 2, which has its own storyline, much like the other extended media of the Star Trek universe, the Borg Tactical Cube also appears. The Tactical Cubes are used by the Borg during the invasion of the Alpha Quadrant, but more importantly, the cube design gets even more interesting. The Borg had designed a way to merge 8 of their Tactical Cubes together to form a singular large Starship design called the Tactical Fusion Cube. This proved to be a massive problem for Starfleet. The Borg Tactical Cube was designed by Doug Drexler and featured in various Star Trek works. The video game of Star Trek Legacy used the Tactical Cube as its final level boss, and it also was used in Star Trek Armada 2. Star Trek Online uses the Borg Tactical Cubes and classifies them as dreadnoughts. Star Trek Voyager's Season 6 two-part episode, Unimatrix Zero, required an alternate design of a Borg Cube. As such, the Tactical Cube was designed and also designated as a Class 4 Tactical Cube. While working at Foundation Imaging as part of a Star Trek Voyager's VFX team, Robert Bonshun approached Drexler and gave him the assignment of a new Borg Cube, which was referred to as Battle Cube. Doug Drexler was briefed on the idea of this bigger Borg Cube and set about designing it, wanting to stay close to the traditional and well-known design as possible. He felt that the original design for the cube was so iconic and represented the Borg so well that he did not want to add anything too radical, or it would give it too much personality. Instead, he added more armor, making the Tactical Cube appear more threatening. On screen you can see some early sketches of a Borg Tactical Cube by Doug Drexler. Designing the Tactical Cube led Drexler to describe his drawing as a Borg Cube wearing a flak jacket. Model designer Koji Kumamara would then design the Tactical Cube for the model we know it as. Drexler added that the most of the design detailing was added by Kumamara in the modeling stage, and he gave his opinion where and when asked. One of the actual designs that Drexler considered using was a Borg Pyramid, which has since appeared in Star Trek fan video games such as Star Trek Armada 3. This design was submitted as a joke, as Drexler never considered it to be accepted. Eventually, the design was accepted and approved by the producers, and retained the functional simplicity that was the hallmark of previous Borg Starship designs. Doug Drexler himself said that he liked the idea that the design said nothing about the Borg, while at the same time saying everything. That's our analysis and breakdown of the Borg's best cube in the Star Trek universe, this of course being the Borg Tactical Cube. Do let us know what you think of the ship in the video comment section below. Would you dare face one of these? And if so, which ship would you use? If you want to keep up to date on the latest Star Trek news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Trek Central. You can also follow us on social media or join our community Discord server. For now, I've been Captain Jack, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time. Live long and prosper my friends, goodbye.